Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the combined agenda and regular meeting of the Monroe Township Council on this date of December 20th, 2023. This is the agenda meeting we are calling to order. Would everyone please rise to honor our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Township Clerk will read the Sunshine Law.
Councilman Charles DePiero?
Oh,
Here.
I forgot roll call again, sorry.
That's okay.
Here.
Councilman Michael Markell?
Here.
Councilwoman Rupa P. Siegel?
Here.
Council Vice President Terrence Van Zura?
Here.
Council President Miriam Cohen?
Present. Would you please read the Sunshine Law into the record?
Yes. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, it is hereby announced and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting that adequate notice has been provided by the following. 1, posted on the bulletin boards within the municipal building on December 30th, 2022, and remains posted at that location for public inspection. 2, printed in the Home News Tribune and the Cranberry Press on December 30th, 2022. 3, posted on the Monroe Township website. And 4, sent to those individuals who have requested personal notice. In accordance with Chapter 3, Section 17 of the Monroe Township Code, public comment shall be limited to 5 minutes unless further time is granted by the Council President.
Item 5 is presentations, and I have the distinct honor of doing the first presentation.
Just, yeah.
The first Volunteer Appreciation Award is being awarded to Sheila Werfel.
Pull the mic down.
Oh, thank you. Sheila is my neighbor. And I remember when Sheila started the chorus at Greenbrier at Whittingham and molded a group of our residents of varying degrees of talent and skill into a chorus that actually performed. And people came, families tend to show up, and everyone had a lot of fun. And I also remember working with her when she was working on integrating new residents into our community and hosting many events in her house. So it has been a long, long time. And if I remember correctly, Jerry sang in the chorus as well, in your tenor section. So this award, and Sheila, why don't you come up? I can even talk while you walk. There you go. This award is presented to you with very great honor by all of us. Thank you, Hammond. Sheila herself has a beautiful voice, you know, so sometimes she would join the chorus in song. And I know you wish to say a few words today, so I will briefly read from your plaque because it's in recognition of your humble service and dedication to the Monroe Township Chorus. I'll help you. It's all right. She made a difference in our community, and she's made a difference in the township. And that's very, very special. So I know you wish to say a few words. Oh, goody.
Okay. I first want to thank Mayor Delana and the council for presenting me with this honor. It means so much to me, you have no idea what this means to me after all these years. I grew up in a home filled with music. My father played the piano, and he used to play in the movie theaters before there was sound. My mother sang. I studied voice with private teachers from Juilliard and from the Brooklyn Academy of Music. I was also the cantorial soloist in my synagogue. When Sandy and I moved to Greenbrier, I started the Greenbrier Chorus. It has brought joy to so many people and keeps on giving. But I wanted more than that. I wanted a special chorus that reached out to men and women in Monroe Township. And one day it happened. My dream came true. I started with 15 people and watched it grow. We started with a little harmony, then 2-part harmony, and then, yes, we now sing 4-part harmony. I was fortunate to meet a young, brilliant pianist who has been with us since the beginning. David Schlossberg became our music director. We are not just a chorus. We are a family, a caring, compassionate family who reaches out to help others in need. We are registered with the state as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We began calling ourselves the Chorus until former Mayor Jerry Tamburo heard us perform. He was so excited to hear us sing that he immediately called us the Monroe Township Chorus. We have members from most of the adult communities in Monroe. We sing at nursing homes, assisted livings, Monroe Village, Parker at Monroe, and for several years we visited the veterans at the hospital in, where is it? Thank you. We were requested to sing a holiday program at the library this past Saturday. The room we were in was filled to capacity. We sang, we laughed, we talked. It was wonderful. No one wanted to leave. We are now beginning our 11th year, and we're still singing and entertaining people from Middlesex County, Monmouth County, and beyond. There are many studies available that proves the benefits of singing on health and well-being. Singing lowers stress and tension. It boosts confidence. It improves social bonding, and singing together creates a strong sense of community. It also helps people suffering from depression. I know it has helped me during many difficult times in my life. If you enjoy singing, then sing. Come join us on Tuesday mornings from 9 a.m. to 11. This is the commercial, by the way. Starting February 13th, 2024. That will be the beginning of our 11th year. And let me just pause for a minute. I want to introduce who I just spoke to, David Schlossberg, who has become our music director all these years. Now, with all of that being said, I have a warning for all of you. When you go in the shower, do not sing. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but please do not sing. When you sing in the shower, you begin to move your body. And then you may even start to move your feet, as though you were dancing. That may cause you to lose your balance. Now remember, in the shower, you're naked. And the one thing you really don't want is for those strong, good-looking EMT men to come into the bathroom and help you up. So if you want, and you want to sing, join the Monroe Township Chorus. We do not have auditions.
So your Volunteer Appreciation Award is in honor of your service and dedication to the chorus. And we thank you for going above and beyond, bringing music and joy to the citizens of Monroe. Always remember you've made a difference, and it is our congratulations from the mayor and from all of the council. You can wait, because a little while we'll take, you want to take a picture before she sits down? Band that's in New York City as well. So, all of our worlds collide, folks. And it is, why don't you take a seat there for a few minutes? It is a great pleasure to introduce our mayor, who needs no introduction. And he will give the second Volunteer Appreciation Award.
I'll hold on to that.
Sheila. Sorry to put this picture in your head, as well as everyone else here, but I sing in the shower. And my wife says, thank God that's the only place I sing. All right, so time to talk about our Monroe Township Food Pantry and recognition of Laureen Brown. Let me please read a little bit about her, and then we'll call her up. Laureen Brown is a dedicated and hard-working volunteer for the Monroe Township Food Pantry. She devotes countless hours each month organizing the pantry, keeping track of donations and stock, packing bags, and planning for individuals and families to pick up food each month. Laureen voluntarily picks up large food donations from Replenish multiple times a month, which is a large food distribution center in East Brunswick that works with over 100 agencies in the state to help end hunger. She sorts through food, checking for quality and expiration dates, and organizes the pantry when large donations are given. She is meticulous about having nutritious food and a variety of options for both seniors and families in Monroe. She has a great way of remembering who is on the pantry list and what specific items and diet requirements they have. The work Laureen does for the Monroe Food Pantry is tiresome and physical. However, she says it keeps her strong. She is passionate about helping others, and the food pantry is so thankful to have her on our team. Laureen never says no when someone is in need or a situation comes up that shakes up her usual routine of helping ongoing families. Besides someone that needs food and also packs bags for families in the school system in need during the holidays. Her hard work and continued service does not go unnoticed, and she deserves to be recognized as a super volunteer for our township. May I please call up Laureen? We'll have Nancy, the director from Senior Services, come up as well. I'd like to present this Volunteer Appreciation Award to you. In recognition of your humble service and dedication, thank you for going above and beyond, serving the citizens of the Township of Monroe and those in need. Never forget the difference you have made. With heartfelt congratulations and a sincere thank you, Mayor Stephen Delina and the Monroe Township Council, December 20th, 2024.
23.
Say something.
I'd just like to say that I am so thankful to have this opportunity to help people in my community, those in need, and to express how proud I am to be a part of a community that does such a wonderful job supporting those in need. Thank you.
Am I doing the MC now? Okay, now I'm calling up Councilwoman Rupa Siegel.
Mayor Delina, I appreciate you bringing the microphone down for me. You can see I'm pretty short. So I am presenting an award to Volunteer Appreciation for our Diwali Committee. On November 19th, the township hosted a wonderful Diwali event showcasing the culture and heritage of India. It was a day filled with cultural programming, local vendors, an exhibit of how Diwali is celebrated around India, a room dedicated to making a community rangoli, food to purchase from our local Indian restaurants, and a diya lighting to end our festivities. An event like this takes months of planning, and we were so fortunate to have an amazing group of dedicated volunteers. Our committee consisted of many representatives from several organizations and temples from our community. India-US Forum, Indian Cultural Association of Monroe, Om Shri Balaji Temple and Cultural Center, Guru Nanak Sikh Heritage, Indian Cultural Society of Greenbrier and Whittingham, and our Human Relations Commission. So I'm going to read what the plaque says. Volunteer Appreciation Award presented to the 2023 Diwali Committee. In recognition of your humble service and dedication, thank you for going above and beyond, serving the citizens of the Township of Monroe. So I'd like to call up the Diwali Committee to come join me so we can introduce and recognize you for this award. Pushpa Agarwal, Mihir Majmundar, who's not here this evening, Rosie Mudar, Sesha Patel, Nirali Shah, Anu Dasari, Neela Malhotra, Hemant Patel, Savita Saxena, Prerna Shah, and Purnima Valabaneni. We should go around this way. Let's go around this way. We'll go around this way.
Watch the cord.
I'll vacate this area. You want to say that?
They want to
Do a 2-minute recess.
Yeah, 2-minute recess.
Picture?
Council President.
2 minutes.
Anything else?
5 minutes.
Folks, we're going to take a 2-minute recess so we can take pictures. So if you would just avail yourself of those couple of minutes to get pictures of the folks you want. Eileen, Alan, whomever is organizing pictures.
We're going to ask all the awardees to come up front and take a picture with the mayor. If you just want to
I love when I'm against it. It makes me feel good.
Oh, that was all.
Folks, we would ask that if you're staying, you please take a seat. If you are not staying, please have a good conversation outside the room. Were you moving them along? That would be really good. You need to start.
Yeah.
The crowd.
Out the back door.
I got flowers for everybody.
A minute.
You have to be careful.
Congratulations.
We are back in order, ladies and gentlemen. We have an ordinance for second reading. It's ordinance 012, 2023-027. It is the ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the Code of the Township of Monroe, County of Middlesex, entitled Administration of Government, specifically Section 50, entitled Division of Police. It references the increase from 5 to 6 lieutenants on our very fine police force. The next item is item 7, is the resolutions for consideration under the consent agenda at the December 20th, 23 regular meeting, R12 2023-272 through R12 2023-315. Would all members of the council please review, if you have not done so already, the resolutions, and if there are any that you need removed, please tell the clerk now. Mr. Shapiro.
Thank you. I have a few tonight. It's R12 2023-283. R12 2023-291. R-12 2023-292. R12 2023-299. R12 2023-301. R12 2023-302. R12 2023-303. R12 2023-304. R12 2023-305. R12 2023-306. And that's it.
Thank you. Any other members of the council have any questions regarding the resolutions? Of which there are many tonight. Pardon?
Number 8.
Yes. Council's,
You're opening for public comment.
yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm on agenda. I'd like to open for public comment now. May I have a motion to do so?
Motion.
May I have a second on that?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? That is nay. This is the public comment portion of the agenda. This is limited to items on the agenda only. You have 5 minutes to speak. Anyone wishing to address the council, please come forward now. State your name and address.
No one's.
Ma'am, do you wish? I see no one coming forward. Since I see no one coming forward to speak to the council now, I'm going to entertain a motion to close the public comment section.
Motion.
Thank you. Second on that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to adjourn the public portion, the meeting, please, the agenda session?
Motion.
Thank you. May I have a second on that?
Second.
Time is,
I need a roll call.
I know you do. Time is 5 to 7, or is it? May I do a roll call, please?
Councilman DePiero,
Yes.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. This meeting is now adjourned. We will move to the regular meeting. I don't have that agenda, by the way. It's disappeared from my little head. I'll use this one. Oh, no. Want to give it to me? I'll use this.
You need a motion and a second?
Do I have a motion to open the regular meeting?
Motion.
May I have a second on that?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DePiero,
Yes.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the payment of claims for the run date of December 15th, 2023? May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. A second on that, please.
Second.
May we have a roll call?
Councilman DePiero,
Abstain.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. The ordinance for second reading is item 3 in our agenda, 012-2023-027. That's the ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the Code of the Township of Monroe, County of Middlesex, entitled Administration of Government, specifically Section 50, entitled Division of Police, the increase from 5 to 6 lieutenants. I'd like to open the public hearing. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Therefore, the public hearing is open. Anyone wishing to address the council on this ordinance, please come forward now. Seeing and hearing none, we are going to close the public hearing. Motion.
Motion.
May I have a second on that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 0-12-2023-027, please?
I would move to adopt, please.
Thank you. May I have a second on that?
Second.
Thank you. A roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
Yes.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes, the motion is adopted. We will move to the resolutions under the consent agenda. Would the clerk please read the numbers of the resolutions that are removed from that agenda?
The consent agenda will be adopted with the exceptions of R-283, R-291, R-292, R-299, R-301, R-302, R-303, R-304, R-305, and R-306. Did I get that?
Correct.
You're all
Thank
correct?
you.
Okay,
For your patience.
Anytime.
thank you. May I have a motion to adopt the resolutions as so noted?
So
Motion.
moved.
May I have a second on that?
Second.
Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who's second?
Who was
Rupert.
Okay.
Rupert was the
Thank
second.
Councilman DePiero,
Yes.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. May we have a motion on the resolutions that were removed from the agenda, which need to be voted on separately?
Okay, we're voting on them each individual, so I'm going to need a motion and a second for each individual. So the
Okay.
first one up is R 2023-283. You need a motion and a second.
Motion, please.
Motion to approve, please.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
We don't need it all in favor.
No, it's a roll call.
Roll call on that. We're going to be busy this evening, folks. Roll call.
That's okay. Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zura,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. May we have a motion for the next, which is number which one?
R 2023-291. Yep.
Motion.
Motion.
Councilwoman
Second.
Siegel. Second by
Second.
Councilman Van Zor.
Roll calls. Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next one, please.
R12-2023-292.
Motion.
I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next one, please.
R12-2023-299.
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next, please.
R12-2023-301.
Motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next, please.
R12-2023-302.
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. The next is
R12-2023-303.
motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next, please.
R12-2023-304.
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Next one, please.
R12-2023-305.
Motion to approve, please.
Second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes. Move to the next, please.
R12-2023-306.
Motion,
to
please.
approve, please.
Thank you. My second on that, please.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman DePiero,
No.
Councilman Markel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Siegel,
Yes.
Council Vice President Van Zora,
Yes.
Council President Cohen.
Yes.
That is it.
That is the list.
completion.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all your motions and seconds. We will move to the public. My regular meeting schedule just went away.
Administrator's report. It's
May I move to the reports, please? And so we'll move to our administrator's report, Mr. Weinberg.
Thank you, Council President. I'll have my regular report at the January 3rd meeting, so no report tonight.
Thank you very much. Now, engineer's report. We have,
Thank you, Council President. I have nothing new to report since our last meeting 2 weeks ago, but I'll have a full report at the January meeting.
thank you very much. We will move to council reports. Mr. Markel, you have a report this evening, or are you two
Sure.
waiting for January 3rd?
No, I'll make a short statement.
Short statement.
I just want to say that what's going on in the country, and I'm on the Human Relations Commission, which deals with eliminates discrimination, and it's not limited to race or creed or color. And I just want to make a statement of what's going on in the country as far as anti-Semitism is concerned, and we have to make sure that here in Monroe, with the few incidences that we had, that we are aware of the situation, both in New Jersey and Middlesex and the whole country. And I just wanted to bring that up and make a point of order that it's something through the holidays we have to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. DePiero.
Thank you. First, I want to say happy holidays to all the residents and the mayor and our council and administration and their families, and happy New Year to all. I sent there's something going on in New Jersey now with part-time employees, with elected officials and also part-time employees receiving health benefits. And also, I sent it to our business administrator, and have a question. If we have any part-time employees or elected officials that are either receiving health benefits or receiving a opt-out check in lieu of health benefits, do we have anybody in the township?
Council President, I don't believe we have anyone, actually, I know we don't have anyone who gets health benefits or opt out on elected officials. I don't know if any elected officials are in the public employee retirement system. I know none are in the township, but I don't know about township-wide.
Okay.
Pension system.
Okay, because I know in the past, council members did receive health benefits
In a long time.
in the past. So I just asked that. I read through it. I sent the article to Alan, and I just wanted to just ask the question if there was anyone in our township receiving that. On
The township is your concern.
in our township.
Yes, township-sponsored and funded retirement benefits, yes.
Yeah, but
No, there aren't.
a lot of them are receiving opt-out checks, and I'll get to that later. But right now, I just figured I'd ask that question. On December 17th, we received a email that we had a bomb threat in our temple on Cornell Avenue, and I was in touch with Alan on that as well that night, and it's going around as Councilman Markle just said. What's going on in the world today. It's right here in our community as well, and everyone else's communities. But it's I just wanted to say to our police and county and federal, everybody that's involved, that this is serious, and we need to let our residents aware of what's going on. And I'm glad to hear that it was not a bomb, and I'm glad to hear that our community reacted in a positive way. So I just wanted to say, to continue that,
Yes.
and also be more alert, because during the holidays it seems like this stuff gets escalated, and I just wanted to thank our police for that. I also sent to the mayor and also to Alan. There's what we did tonight was with the volunteers. There's a program called eCode 360, Emergency Services and Volunteer Benefits Incentive Program, that Marlborough Township has in place. And the mayor responded that he would have the administration do the due diligence and look into this program. As a fire commissioner to a volunteer fire company and also to a career, it's just something that we can help our community, plus our veterans, plus it helps get incentives for us to get more volunteers in our community. And the way it works, it gives you, like for permits, they exempt you for permits, and also incentives towards taxes and different programs, depending on the volunteer that you fulfill. So like first responders is the first thing that comes to everybody's mind, but there's other volunteers such as library and our community. But this is something that if you guys can get back to me on, I'd appreciate that. I had a resident and had a conversation with the resident, intersection Bergen's Mill, Gravel Hill, Federal Road, and I called our township engineer in reference to trimming back the shrubs, the trees in the right of way. When you approach this intersection, Federal Road has two hills, and the intersection's a dangerous intersection. This gentleman had his wife and his son in the car. Van came down Federal Road, which is only 35, but when it's 35, who knows what speed they're actually doing. And his suggestion was maybe we could reduce the speed as you approach the intersections. So I had this conversation with our township engineer, and I asked if he can look at the intersection to at least get the trees and the shrubs trimmed back for visibility as we approach that intersection. I go through there many times during the week, and it is a dangerous intersection. Anything that we can do the resident would appreciate, and also make it safer for our travel and for buses and everything else. On 12/13 last Wednesday, we had a catalytic converter on Catherine Street about 4:00 in the morning. Do we keep a record? Is there any way that we can get a record of where and what's going on? Maybe we can do a police blotter to let our residents know on what the community. We had a catalytic converter removed from a car on last Wednesday. We have a record of that.
Did the police have a record of that?
Yeah. Thank you, Council President. Yes, we have on the Police Township website, which is open to everyone, there's a statistics page which shows you the number of catalytic converter thefts by month. So it's available 24/7 for
Okay.
anyone to look at. It doesn't give you the exact location, but it's
Right.
the statistics page to show you, where we're at on stuff.
Okay, thank you. And this past week, we went through some heavy rains, some flooding, as we all we woke up and saw 3 inches of rain or more that hit Monroe Township. We had a lot of roads that were closed, including a State Highway 33. We had a tremendous amount of our basins, which I drove around. A lot of residents called me. A lot of these basins were full to the top and overflowing. And it's something that it's going to continue. And I guess we need to maintain the basins. This time of the year it gets tough because if the ground starts freezing, the water don't dissipate into the ground. But we got to look at the leaves and all the debris that's in these basins. So that would definitely help with a lot of the basin flooding that we had. We had a lot of roads closed: Bordentown Turnpike, Mounts Mill, Forest Park. Our DPW guys were out all night pumping Forest Park, and also we had people in Rossmore with pumps, from MTUD. So this is something that is continuing, and it seems like we need to just keep improving. If whatever we can do with these basins, we have to maintain. It's a lot of work, and I know with the building and everything that's going on, it's increasing our flooding. So I just wanted to say thank you to DPW and MTUG guys for working through the night on the flooding. We've been receiving a lot of emails. I know BFI, I know we're the litigation and all, but the thing that I keep going down there and I look at that entrance road, and we're getting complaints about odors and suggestions from residents. As an elected official, I send emails that don't get answered from administration. But as a taxpayer, it's very frustrating. And when I see a resident who sent an email 15 minutes before this meeting, looks like we're ignoring our residents. And I know we're in litigation. I'm not saying talk anything about litigation, but if you look at the entrance, there's debris. We should be putting screening up, some type of tree screening. I'm the liaison for the shade tree. My suggestion would be maybe we put berms, maybe we put some trees along the residents to try to make it more appeasing to them, and the trees would definitely help. I don't know if we received every November we receive money for landscaping for maintenance that we pay, and I don't want to cross the line because I know we're in litigation with BFI, but we do need to answer emails. We have to figure out a plan on how we can update our residents on what exactly is going on. Just to say,
I can answer that when you're done.
When you're done, Mr. Weinberg will be pleased to answer your concerns.
Well, I'd just like to continue.
Well, I'm aware of that. I just want you to know
I think I have
that
the
you will
floor.
not
I'd like
go
to
in.
continue. And the part that I like to say, the thing that I would like to say about our residents are they're taxpayers, and they need to get an answer. We can't just say we're in litigation. That's not an answer. They need to have answers on what the properties look like, and we can make it look better. We should make it look better for them because they've been through a lot down there. But I'm sorry, Council President. Mr. Weinberg.
When you're done, I'll wait till you're done. I just
It's
wanted
all right,
to
you
note
can
that I want to
finish,
respond.
but I wouldn't want you
All right.
or our residents to think that these things haven't been tended to. So please continue till you're
Sure.
done.
And then last night we had a water main break, which our guys worked through the night at MTUD and also through the day. And I wanted to say during the cold weather, to have in-house staff that can do repairs and go through the night and still show up the same day, the next day, and work through the night without sleep and do that kind of work and this kind of cold weather, you have to say thank you, and you have to say we appreciate that. So I just wanted to put a shout out because I know the water main break was last night, and we're going to get more as the weather gets colder, but I just wanted to say thank you. I sent an email on December 1st. I requested opt-out 2023, a list of our employees and the amounts. If I can get that list of opt-out employees. I know we don't have our Oprah employee is no longer working with us, and I didn't want to Oprah it. I would wait. I'm trying to be nice to the clerk's office this time of the year on an Oprah, but it would be nice to at least get an answer. It would be nice to at least get an answer since December 1st. My email is unanswered. Another one I sent on November 22nd, the hockey rink at the rec center. Sent pictures. There's cracks all through it. There's asphalt and the concrete walkways on the outside of that hockey rink. It's just an accident waiting to happen. November 22nd, I sent pictures, unanswered. Don't know why, but it's something that's a liability, and we need to address it. England Road, Federal Road, gas line was put in on Country Drive. I sent 3 emails. Last one was November 9th. Again, unanswered. Don't know why, but it needs to be addressed. Dead trees. They're down in the 9/11 tree park. Sent emails, unanswered. We have a resident that sent us an email, the mayor and the council, which I forwarded to Alan, and I forwarded to our township engineer. He's a resident for 3 years in the venue. He's very concerned about top paving. He's very concerned about lawsuits that happened in Stonebridge with the Lenore developer. He's very concerned that the paving is going to get done and then it's not going to last, and later on it's going to become the homeowner's responsibility. I forwarded those emails. If we do respond to a resident, I would ask that at least send the resident a response and copy the whole council, because we were all addressed. I didn't want to respond as a councilman. I brought it to Alan's attention. I was in his office. I was in the office the other day for a few hours looking through some contracts, and I brought it to Alan's attention. He asked me to send it to him and to our township engineer, and I did. I don't know if it went anywhere, if there's any updates on that, but if there are, please copy the council along with whoever's on that email so we know what's going on. Mounts Mill, our township engineer said he didn't have a report on anything. Mounts Mill, Old Bridge, Englishtown. If you go down there and you see the road that they're cutting in on Mounts Mill, there's no cones, there's no reflective barrels. The road is cut, and it's probably 12 to 18-inch drop that goes off of that goes off of Mounts Mill with no protection, no signage, no cones. I mean, it's a county project, but that's on township property, which is our township road. We need to have signage. We need to have, where are the barrels reflective? It's ice, it's snow. We had an accident on Matchaponics last night that someone hit, an ice patch and got into an accident. We need to have proper signage, cones, all along Mounts Mill. Old Bridge Englishtown, I understand it's county, but it's still our responsibility as councilmen, no matter if it's state, county, or municipal road, we are responsible. And we will be the ones in lawsuits, and we don't want people getting hurt. We want everybody to be aware, including our buses with our children. You need to have proper signage and cones. And the last thing I'm going to say is, on a good note, we have as a fire commissioner for 21 years, we have our first full-time firefighter, Mike Mangieri, 33 years. He's been a volunteer and a career firefighter at Fire District 1, which we call Station 51. And he's walking out on December 29th at 1:30. If anybody would like to join at the firehouse to wish him well. I know the mayor's line is he would like to take me with you. But Mike, I think, is going to stay in Monroe. He's been here a majority of his life, as far as I know, and he's a good firefighter. It's going to be very hard for us to fill his shoes, and just wanted to put a shout out to him. And also, if anybody would like to attend, it's at Station 51, which is on Spotswood Englishtown Road, December 29th at 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Weinberg,
Yeah.
before that information grows cold, but I just wanted to mention to the people in the audience who may not have been here before, there will be another public comment time, so that if you're interested in speaking, you will certainly be able to come up and do so. Mr. Weinberg, please.
Yeah. Thanks, Council President. So just to respond to a couple of those things, and I will look into it on the pension, whether any elected officials in the township are in the pension. I think we do a pretty good job of maintaining the basins. DPW does. We've taken them over because otherwise you have legacy basins that aren't really operating correct. They're looking at that ones on Mounts Mills. Councilman, we took over one of the basins when you developed in that same area, and I feel like we maintain them pretty well. Moving on to BFI, we do respond to the citizens. There's an email chain, Councilman, that you're probably aware of that has close to 100 people on it. That is complicated in the middle of the litigation. But all of those folks who reached out to us in terms of the past 2 days, I know the mayor spoke with one of the residents, and I reached out directly to one of the other residents as well. Sometimes those conversations with residents are by phone calls if we have their phone calls. So I guess after the phone call, we'd have to figure out what we said to them and share that as well. But that can also help in communications. I know you were unavailable to meet with me this month, but I can give that type of information as well during such a meeting, and we have done that a little bit in the past. Our folks do work really hard. I do want to just let the audience know we do let if our employees do work overnight and into the morning, there's certain federal laws about how many hours they work because it becomes unsafe. So after a certain number of hours, I believe it's 16, they have to take an 8-hour break before they can come back to work. So we don't have any dangerous situations. In terms of no responses, checked my email. I feel like I've responded to close to 1,000 emails, and I don't know what becomes of them. But I do respond, and if there are some that I miss, I'll certainly make a note of that. I'm happy to get you the opt-out list. We do have an opt-out program, which I think is, positive for our township, because obviously healthcare itself is more expensive. Let me see what else I have here. The property at Federal and England Road, that's not township responsibility. Mark may want to say something. That's property I think that you own, that PSE&G. Mark, do you want to answer that before I start back up again?
PSE&G installed some gas lines there. They have some additional work to do in that area. The area where they dug is off the road, and it is backfilled. It is safe, and they will be doing some additional work there.
Thank you. Mr. Weinberg, when you get whiplash.
Yep. Let's see. On the hockey rink, yes, I was going to update you when we met. DPW is looking at that. and they're going to make some improvements along with parks over there. The 911 tree park, they're inspecting the park. I certainly passed that along to see if there was any trees that needed to be trimmed at all inside the 911 park. I am working on that list for Lowe's and Home Depot to compare how we do it through a state blanket like you requested last month and how other folks have used credit cards and the things that they purchase. So I'm trying to get that together for the next meeting or February at the latest. And I think that is all that I have. There's a couple of locations where you've asked for updates on, and I'll try and get them to you. I know 307 Gravel Hill Road and 21 Federal Road. We're looking into those at your request. So we're trying to move forward on that as well. So hopefully have more updates at the January 3rd meeting.
Thank you very much.
Councilwoman
Siegel.
Council President, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
There was two other items, if I can
Oh, my
jump into.
apologies. Of course, Mr. Asmowitz.
With regard to the venue, the developer is paving out there. I did speak with the resident, I believe 2 days ago. Also, the resident was on site today while the developer was paving. So I've certainly addressed the resident's concerns. I believe I've addressed his concerns. With regard to Mounts Mills, Old Bridge Englishtown Road, the traffic signal, that is a Middlesex County project. It's under their jurisdiction. It's under their design, their engineering inspection as well. And this is the first I'm hearing that there's an issue out there with traffic safety protection and cones and barrels. But certainly I'll be looking at that first thing in the morning. I'll even check it tonight. And we'll be on, I'll reach out to Middlesex County first thing.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Siegel.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone, again. I have brief updates tonight, so I just will share a couple things. I wanted to first welcome Monroe Bagel and Pastry to our community. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony a few weeks ago. Food is delicious. We wish you all the best and success in your new business. And as I was putting my notes together a little bit, I was doing a little bit reflecting. I know year end makes you reflect a little bit about the year that has come and gone or is going. And just looking at all the accomplishments and the hard work that our township has put into bringing and enhancing so much in our community. When you look around, you see all the paving that's been done throughout the year, enhancements to our parks and recreations, new volleyball courts, the bathroom enhancements, groundbreaking for our veterans housing, open space preservation. The list goes on, and all the work that our commissions do. So it's really been a tremendous year. I really have to thank everyone that's been involved. It's truly a community effort, everyone working together to bring all this to really enhance the quality of life for our residents. So I wish everyone a happy holiday season and prosperous new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't really have much to report. We were only here a couple of weeks ago, and not a whole lot happened since then, and everything that did happen, everybody's already talked about. But I just want to tell you, I like to tell you where I come from and what's going on. So to me, this is always, it's that time of the year. It's that special time of the year. And I grew up in Woodbridge. I lived in Middlesex County my whole life, even before I moved here to Monroe. And, we were never a wealthy family, but Mom and Dad always made sure that we had some presents under the tree. Sometimes it wasn't toys. Sometimes it was just clothes. Sometimes it was even underwear or things like that you needed. But you always had something. And then the funny story always was that my grandfather would dress up as Santa Claus, and he would come to the house to give us the presents. Now, it's funny that Santa Claus always showed up at the back door at the same time my grandmother showed up at the front door. So I always thought that was a little bit funny. But then when he came in, we always knew it was my grandfather. We always knew that Santa was really Grampy because Grampy smoked these stinky cigars. And when you sat on Santa's lap, you couldn't help but you notice those cigars. But he'd give us the present, so reluctantly we'd have to give him the kiss with the smelly cigar smell. But we wanted to be nice, and also we wanted to make sure that we didn't get cheated out of any presents if we weren't being nice. So that was my old story. But this is a time we sit back, we appreciate what we have, and I just want to say thank you. We have so many great employees in our town, and even Charlie was just talking about the guys that are out there working overnight on the water main breaks and things like that. just an example of so many things. And our EMS and our fire people, all the volunteers, our first responders, even the guys, with the rec programs, they volunteer their time. They don't get paid for it. And we have literally thousands of kids that get to benefit from these people volunteering. So, and other people volunteer also. I'm sure I'm probably leaving a lot out. Include people at our schools that volunteer and help with different things. So, so many things, and you just want to say thank you. We're a diverse town. We have many denominations. We all have holidays that we celebrate. Kwanzaa, Diwali, Hanukkah, Christmas. And I like to think we have a great town, and we have much to celebrate. So I like to say, if you see a neighbor, feel free to go up to them and say, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Diwali, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever it may be. But, if you could find it in your heart, maybe you could do something nice for someone. And sometimes it's just a veteran or someone like that, and you say, thank you for your service. But whatever it is, if you do something nice for people, sometimes it really makes their day and it makes them feel good. And something about this time of year that makes it even more special. And I think you'll find out if you do that and you get that little smile on their face, it makes you feel good too. So I just want to say to everyone, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy this holiday season. I wish everybody a great, great holiday season and a great new year also. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Before we ask our mayor for his report, I did want to take a moment tonight because while there are great concerns within my community and within my town about the rising incidence of anti-Semitism and anti-Islamic phobia that is occurring, people are indeed frightened. But what I found, and I went to a series of menorah lightings, and I went to the Christmas tree lighting as well, and I was even in another town for a menorah lighting, is that all of us have noticed that our police were present. They were present, and people noticed it and commented on it, that they felt safer because our police department was there. I usually make it a practice to say thank you to them, because we're all always grateful for their service, and I am especially grateful with the concerns that we all have, that they will keep us safe. And that, as my own rabbi said, he says, we live in a wonderful country. I have faith that we will become a wonderful country again, and these kinds of behaviors will begin to diminish and to go away. I would also like to comment, before I hand this to the mayor, who never needs anyone to speak for him. We get lots of information on the Monroe News, on bulletins that I see that have come across my email, and it's not my township email, it's my personal email as well. They comment on events that make us all sad, or threats that appear, and then we get told when something is going well. Do I think that everything is perfect? No, I don't. But I know that I know all of our employees, all of the council. We work really hard to make sure that our residents know that we care. And I think that that's an important message for this season as well. And Councilman Van Zora, every Christmas, my father was the attending physician at a hospital for children with cardiac disease and with rheumatic fever in Long Island. And I spent every Christmas at this hospital visiting with all the children and getting to see Perry Como in a Christmas show too. And seeing multiple Santas and knowing and watching the nuns take wonderful care of these children, many of whom were so sick. So there is much that is good and right in our country. We need to make more of it right and better. And I wish for everyone that we have a safe and happy holiday season and a safer 24 where people are less frightened and feeling safer in our country and our democracy. With that note, Mr. Mayor, please.
Again, thank you, Council President, for allowing me just to give a very brief report. I know we're in this cycle of 3 meetings in a very short period of time, but 'tis the season of naughty and nice. And let's talk about nice. The mayor's office, as well as our police department, had our annual toy drive, which served over 40 families, 90 kids total, all local. So I would like to thank all the township employees, individuals who donated, specifically the rec department, from the people from the rec center, the Stonebridge Italian American Club, Sue Nadwani, at Levinson ERA, Friends of the Senior Center, again, working together for such a wonderful cause. And there were over 10,000 gifts that were donated, which is the highest that we've ever received. I do, again, want to reiterate and thank our Office of Emergency Management, DPW, our police, MTUD, and everyone who worked to get us through that storm. I know, we've seen storms, we've experienced storms, so when we do have an event like that, it's always a time of to be aware and to be on alert, and I'm very proud of how we all responded. Grandparents' Day is coming up at our rec center. This is a great event, and we are at maximum capacity. So you can't join in because it's full, but I did want to say it's something that I know I'll be stopping by to greet some of the grandparents as they have a nice lunch and then they go out to a movie. But I do want to thank the rec department for all the hard work on that. We are having our swearing-in ceremony for mayor as well as our council on January 1st, 3 o'clock at the Senior Center. And then finally, just want to finish up with a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and most importantly, a happy and healthy New Year to all of my friends here on the council, as well as all the residents in Monroe Township. Thank you so much. It is a great, great time to celebrate and to have a happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. On that, we will now move to the public comment section. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nay. Anyone wishing to address the council, please come forward now. State your name and address for our records, and remember the time limit is 5 minutes. Yeah, good thing. We keep feeding her mints. I'll pass out her mints.
Hello.
Hello. Your
My name is Naomi Holzer, and I live at 453 Bluebird Drive in the Ponds.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my ears perked up that there might be part-time employee positions available in this town that offer health benefits, because I wasn't clear. I understood that the elected council doesn't get benefits, but I didn't hear it say. I didn't hear you say whether there are positions.
Mr.
So-
Weinberg.
We follow the state law. I believe you have to work over 30 hours a week, and then it triggers having to offer by state law health benefits. So it's more than 30 hours.
More than 30?
30 hours for everyone.
Thank you. I just
Yep.
wanted clarification on that.
Yep, state law.
Yes, sir. Please, again, come forward, state your name and address for our records.
Good evening, sir, and
Good evening.
good evening, Mayor, everybody, and happy holidays. First of all, I would like to say, and very happy season, end of the year. And I would like to bring.
Your name and address, please.
Sorry, my name is Anjan Karnati, 11 Preservation Drive, Monroe Township.
Thank you.
So I would like to request in South Side and Central Monroe recreation parks, and any cricket grounds are coming up. Anything you budgeted this year or next year?
Yes.
You're talking to the microphone.
You put it a little closer to you.
Sorry.
You're asking about cricket fields. What is it?
Cricket field and recreation park, and South Side, because we have North Side. I've been living here almost 15 years, more than 15 years. I never been to recreation center because of the reason is very far. I cannot it is 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. It is in the traffic and
Do it
where
in
I
12.
live.
It's
So
all-
is there any plans to bring it in recreation parks in South Side, Route 33 or
The master plan, which Mr. Weinberg will reference.
Sure. Sure. So we can point to you after the meeting. So as you probably know, about over the past probably year to 2.5 years, we did an entire master plan effort, receiving over 80,000 comments. And in our master plan report, it lays out an entire recreation plan for the entire township, including cricket and playgrounds, and a whole variety of other things that are going to happen, particularly many in the southern portion of the town. So I can direct you to where all the the drawings are and the plans. There's 2 phases for it, and it's all on our website. But we are looking at cricket fields. We're looking at pickleball courts. We're looking at volleyball courts. We're looking at playgrounds and a host of other things. And it's all phased out over the next 10 years.
So, is there any recreation center also in-house,
Right. So there is no specific plans now to build a new building for a recreation center. Some people had suggested maybe it would be a good site by the golf course, but I think the Board of Ed currently owns that now. But there is no plans at this point for a physical recreation center as part of that. That wasn't the request that came through the master plan.
Yeah, I think because as a resident of Monroe, I am requesting, is there any plan to put the budget allocated for recreation and parks and everything in South Side?
So just to be clear again, we did the whole master plan process, and what came out of it were the specific projects that I mentioned, which doesn't include a new physical building, which is I think what you're referencing,
Right.
but a lot of different tremendous assets like fields and pickleball courts and volleyball courts and a variety of other things. So I would ask you to just review that, but there is no plan for a large facility at this time, new physical indoor facility.
But do we need to put the request anything for the recreation center, or what do you say? How does it work?
It has not been budgeted to do a recreation center at this time.
At this time,
And
okay.
as what I think, if you will paraphrase Mr. Weinberg, which really happens is that we had, through the master plan process, there was no defined need for a building for this side of town, but there will athletic facilities will be built.
At least park, walking trail and that kind of stuff.
Yes, that is part of the plan.
It's all in the master plan.
All
and,
in the
and
master plan.
at the end of the meeting, Kevin can show you where to find
Yeah,
that
where
on
to
the
find
web.
all that material.
So if you could share that link, so that would
Well,
be helpful.
Yes,
public, yeah.
Kevin will share it with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the council? Sir, please. Your name and address for our records.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Piyush Patel. I live at 51 Violet Court, Monroe Township. I live in the south side of the town. I have a similar concern that Mr. Anjan raised. So the previous planning zone or committee who has given permission to build all the community in the south side, they did a very bad job, because those communities are not 5 or 10 homes. They are 600 homes, 200 homes, 500 homes, and there is no facility for recreational. And as Rupa, the councilwoman mentioned, that we are building the volleyball court, but see, we are living in the area where weather does not permit more than 6 months outside. So there is no point of creating those kind of facilities outside. We need something that's concrete. We can play 24/7, like 365 days. We need a proper recreational center on the south side. So how serious the mayor and their committees are serious about to do something on the south side, regarding these recreational facilities, playgrounds, because see, you are making some volleyball court here or there, it does not get help, because the weather does not permit 6 months. So we need some a fully covered recreational center on the south side. So how the planning zone committee or whoever thinking seriously on this matter?
Your comments will be noted. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address us, please come forward now. Dr. Parab.
Prakash Parab, 33 Dana Drive.
Yes.
Wish everyone in the township happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and upcoming Happy New Year. The township, I travel in the morning, in the afternoon, late at night, 12 o'clock. I go to parties, come back. When I come to my township, I feel very good. The roads, even the the Jamesburg Road going down, they had dug it. It was so uneven. Last week, I drove new paving. What a beautiful, So, even I met Kevin. There were a lot of questions from my community. What is happening in Southside? Details are there. How many parks, recreation is coming, and even there is a 65 acres of land there, which we can plan later on how we can budget and get into Is like Mayor said, is no wand you get everything at a time. You do it in steps. So thank you, and I think in next 10 years or earlier, we'll have good recreation center that side. We are using our elementary school in the evening for the basketball.
Yes.
So there are facilities available. People should ask for that and request. Our schools are there, which will be allowed. Anyway, coming to the very serious thing, I'm very thankful that 10 cameras will be put in our township to stop these criminals, which are international criminals, state criminals, which are coming to our safe town. And I request also, even something is stolen, let our police alert so that section of the community, entire community becomes alert and we can cooperate with the police and make sure these criminals, when they step in Monroe, they have to think twice. Even the juveniles, I want to talk to Senator Greenstein and everything. They're using the juveniles to make a crime, and because the juveniles will let go. And there, I think we have to look what amendments into the legislations can be done so that criminals should not and cannot use juveniles to make a crime. So I think we should work on it, that those juveniles should do some civic service. They should be able to be questioned. Whatever the Constitution said, the juveniles cannot abuse the system. Okay. With that, but I'm very happy, forthcoming. There are freedom of speech, but there's no way there is a freedom for the hate speech. So the hate speech should be stopped in the town and everyone. The elections are over, we have to hug each other. There is no friends, all are friends. This is a democratic country. Someone wins, someone loses. But after that, we all have to be friends and make this town a big success in New Jersey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am? And a reminder, please, your name and address for our records.
My name's Nancy Ferrante. I live at 950 Route 33 East in Monroe Township. I've lived here a lot longer than they have, so I can understand when nothing gets done. Nevertheless, the issue...
Would you please talk into the microphone? It's hard to hear you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The issue of storms and simple lathy rainfall on properties including our land as well, and others are unable to absorb the water. Mm-hmm. Okay, like on Monday, no one will address Highway 33 as far as the bridge closing down, the brook. Now that's a major artery between Exit 8 and Route 9.
Mm-hmm.
This is horrible. But, okay. So, 4 wetlands in a very close proximity to our land and our home, which was built in 1926. The township has given property which is adjacent to ours in the rear of our land, and a wetland of 5.2 acres, the okay to shut this wetland down. 5.2 acres of wetland, God bless you. This is the truth. That is an estuary. And an estuary should never be closed down. This is wildlife and such. And we need these things. 5.2 acres is not a wetland. It's an estuary to many, many different types of things. Now, of nature. Now, this is not fair to the wildlife and most certainly contributes to a climate change by causing the Earth, God bless you.
Thank you again.
It's the truth. Earth's core to heat and make quicker rate of climate change. How about the endangered turtles? But I'm not going to bring up that issue, okay? I wrote this down about the community on Applegarth Road that had the endangered turtles. I believe a lot of people know about the endangered turtles that are probably not even existing anymore. and no one cared. I'm not mentioning names. I don't know. Okay? Please, do not close down the wetlands anymore in our township. They're ruining. Scientifically speaking, from a scientist, I'm not a scientist, but a scientist spoke with me. Said, Nancy, if you close off a wetland here, the water's going to come up over here. The wetland is coming to our property, and this is not fair. We have wonderful property on Highway 33, one of the biggest pieces of property eastbound. Now we also have the brook that backs up. In the media, okay, there's the pipeline, the drainage on 33. So we are about 1,000 feet west of the brook. Now when the brook, for instance on Monday, they had to shut the highway down 7:30 in the morning, for God's sake. So the water backs up through that. Now between 950 us and 946 east of us, there's a storm drain. So what happens? The state of New Jersey, Monroe Township, doesn't care. Our property is not, and I repeat, a catch basin for your water. Not your water, your water. Okay? This is not fair. We pay high taxes on our property. It's HD. It's not residential. It is HD. Anytime I want to do anything, you're residential. I want to put up a fence, you're residential. Wait a minute. I pay HC. That doesn't matter. Okay? If I'm going to be charged HD, then I should be able to do as I please as HD. Or if I'm residential, then please. But the issue that I brought here first today is that I want that water stopped coming onto our property and coming up our front yard across. Our neighbor next door had 2 wetlands closed down. May I speak? 2 wetlands shut down. Monroe Township says to me, well, you could have brought this up 25 years ago. Who would ever think, under the rules of God, that you should love your neighbor as you love thyself?
Would you please, your time is up.
Our neighbor should do such a thing to us. Has to do that on purpose and make their land higher than ours, and our property gets inundated with water.
We have taken note of your comments. Thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to speak before the council? No. One bite of the apple tonight, please. Thank you. Come back next month. We'll still be here. Anyone else wishing to address the council? Seeing and hearing none, I'm going to ask for motion to close the public comment section.
Motion.
Thank you. Second on that, please.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a roll call on the adjournment, please? Yes? You want?
No, but you can.
No?
No. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. Any opposed? Nay.